So we're here to solve this Arrow Sudoku variation by JinHoo. It has a pretty cute double X theme and actually works really well with this variation where you have to have one aha at the start to really get through the grid. The aha may begin by recognizing that, a product gives us extra options, like let's do something a little crazy here, like say, let's put like 2 in this, and 2 feels like a pretty small number, and you can get 2 and 2 times 1 as an option. That's very, very valid as you think of arrows that extend outside of a box. But the place that's going to be most constrained in a product is where we have a number that is going to be formed by the product of 2 other digits that are within the same area. And what that will mean in practice is that you can't have a prime number in the circles. If you had a prime number, like say 7 in this orange circle, you'd have to have 1 times 7 in the other orange cells, and that would put 7 twice in the box. The digit in the circle would be along the arrow. And when this is going to be the product of 2 numbers, the only ways to get a product of 2 numbers that's small enough to be in a single circle is to have the digit 2 be part of those products. And so the very first number I could place into this grid was a 2 in this cell, where it's going to be multiplied by a 3 or 4 to give 6 or 8. And this other option will also be a 6 or 8 multiplied by a 2, 3, 4 in some space. Obviously, if you were trying to just start this from what I had, a 6 already in this row means an 8 is in this space, means a 4 is there. We can now just work around this 8 to think about what the other products are, and indeed the product on this side is going to be 1 times 8. If I come down over here, we also have 1 times 8 because of the 2's already up above in both of the spaces. And 8 already in the space to the left means we know which one it is. The 8's up top and the 1 is below. Got a 2, 4, 2, 4 option here. Notice that with 1 and 8 as the product in this box, we now have to get a valid product for the remaining cells. 2, 3, 7, and 9 are left in the space, and 7 can't be in the product, and 9 can't be in the product. So 2 and 3 are what's in the product, and they're going to go this way, and the product will end up being a 6. Coming back to all those spaces, we now know for sure that 2 times 3 is how the 6 plays out on the left side of the grid. And we can now think about the last products that go around this in the top middle box. This will have to be 1 times 6 because there's already 3 above. And in this left box, it actually also has to be 1 times 6 because 2's and 3's sees both of the cells already. There's actually a 3 that has to be placed here by Sudoku. I guess it might sometimes help to do the Sudoku steps. So if this is 1 times 6 with a 6 below here, this is 1, this is 6, get 1 and 6. A 6 is in the upper right. Where can we do some more quick progress? We're going to have a 1 in this space, which forces 1 and 8. There's only 1 cell left in this whole column for a 1, which is this one right here. There's a 1 in one of these top boxes, but there's a 1 here, no 1 here, so all the 1's are in the grid now. This 2 we placed actually forces the 2's around it. We need another 2 up here, and this is the last cell in this column that can be a 2. We're going to have a 2 in one of these 2 cells here, but it looks like this has to be a 2 there. So we've placed all the 2's. We're going to come back to places we were just at. We need 4, 8 in this column. There's already 4 on the far right here, so this is the 4, 8. This is the last place for a 4, 4, 5. This is the last place for a 4 in this space. 1 more 4, all the 4's are placed. Let's come back to the 5's, which we were just looking at. Often good when going quickly through a puzzle to come back to digits you've been placing and place more of them. So we've got these 5's coming into the grid. We've got a 5 in one of these bottom cells in this column because it's not up here or not here, but that means this 7th column has to have its 5 right there. We've got 2 options for the remaining 5, so we can't finish those out, but we can come to one of these adjacent digits. We've got a 7 and a 9 to fill in the space. Both of those look ripe for additional placements. These 7's come straight in, puts in the 7. We've got 8, 9 to go. Let's place some more 9's. These are all 9's, and we've got all of the 9's in the grid. We've got 3, 6 to go here. We have 7, 6, and 8 in this upper space. This is the only place an 8 can go. Now forces over here an 8 with a 7. We're going to play ping pong. Placing a 7 means we want to look for another 7, which places a 6. We want to look for another 6. Means we want to look for another 6. We now got a 5, look for another 5, got a 3, got another 3, final digit 8, and we're done. And that's some of the tracking. I didn't use too much notation except around the products in the Sudoku, but as you work through these grids, every time you make a little bit of progress, you can make the next part of the progress. But the key thing was to really break through the aha moment for an Arrow Sudoku product of these colored within box regions that they for sure are 2 times 3 or 2 times 4, and take it from there. If that's all you wanted to hear about, this is a great time to stop the video. If you're curious about one of the Easter eggs behind this puzzle, as well as the rest of the week, you can stay on. And for those who've kept past the break, we'll talk about something special about this whole week and special about this puzzle, and that's that for those who don't bother to read the instructions and just say this looks like an Arrow Sudoku, you can sure go about trying it like it's just an Arrow Sudoku, so let's do that. And we can probably think at the start mostly about these circled cells and what values they can have. And one of the key things in the grid is actually going to be that the center space is quite constrained. With 4, 5, 6 already being used, we're really going to have 1, 2, 3, and 7 as a possible digit in sums. Notice that 9 can't be in the sum value of these spaces. So one thing I can do at the start of the puzzle is say that a 9 goes in this cell, and once we actually know that, I'll just put in some more 9s, why not? Once we know that a 9 isn't in these circled cells, and we also know that an 8 isn't in one of these cells. And so we're going to have a 7 and 1 as one of the sums, and the other is going to be a 2 and a 3, and that's going to be a sum of 5 and a sum of 8. And you should see right away that there's actually only one option for how those go, which is the 8 is in that cell and the 5 is in that cell. And so that forces 7 and 1 and 2 and 3 as the sums coming across. So a lot of Sudoku progress we can now make through the middle. Got this 5, got this 7. We have to get a valid sum for what's in this along the 8. It's not 3 and 5 or 1 and 7 anymore, so the only option is 2 and 6, which is going to have to go like this. We need to get a valid sum for what's around this upper left box for an 8 sum. It's not 3 and 5, there's already 5 there, and the 6's are eliminated for both of these arrows as well, so the only thing left is 7 plus 1. So that goes in quickly. This upper right arrow off of the 8 can't be 7 plus 1 because the 7's are eliminated in all the spaces we might want to use. The 1's are eliminated in those spaces as well. 3 and 5 are there, so there's only this 2, 6 option. 5 is 1 and 4 or 2 and 3. In this column, 1, 2, and 3 are used, so this has to be a 4, it has to be a 1. In this space, the 3 can't be used, so this has to be 1 and 4. So that's going to be this. This sum can't be 1 and 4 anymore because 1's and 4's are seen by both of these cells. So this is 3 plus 2. It's only 1, 3 plus 2 that works, which is this one. Mark that in. We can actually fulfill all the rest of the options in this box. Actually put in these digits as well. We've got a 3, 4 pair there. Let's look at our digits like 2's. We've got a 2 that's got to go here, and then we're going to have a 2 in one of these cells, one of these cells. So we're about done with that. Coming back to the bottom, I see I have 2 7's, so I'm going to place the last 7. Got 2 7's here, 2 7's here, no more info on those. We've got some 5's, we've got this 1, we've got to place one more 1. That actually will help us somewhat. This 3 from these 2 digits has to come across, so 3, 3, and 4. We have 8 and 9 as the last in this row, so we'll place those in. Got a 3 that's going to be in the bottom here, a 3 is going to be in the bottom here, so we can't do more of those yet. We can think, though, that this 2 and this cell, let's actually look at the remaining options for this. We need a 2, 4, and 6. So the 6 is going to be up top. Actually, I'm going to come down here. It looks like this 8 is the next digit that makes sense to place. That gives us this last 9, gives us this 9, gives us this 9. So now this down here is a 2 and 5. That 5 gives us another 5. Fill out this row with a 4. Fill out this bottom space with a 4, makes this top option a 6. 6 has just this space to go, which gives us a 2. We have 3, 5, and 6 to place down in the bottom. We have 1 and 3 to come over here. We have 8 and 6 to place here. This 8 has to be up top. Puts the 6 in there. It actually now forces this 3, 5 group with a 3 and a 1, 1 and an 8. 8 and 4, 4 and 7, more ping pong, another 7, place a 5, and the very last digit is a 5. This won't do an auto check because it was programmed to look for the product solution, not the hidden Easter egg of a summation solution for the Arrow Sudoku. But another example of a double used puzzle through the week. On the product side, the within box sums meant a lot, and in the Arrow summation side, the center 4, 5, 6 actually forced a quick break-in through the 8 and 5 in the center. So two really elegant starting points, and then a lot of Sudoku steps to clear them out. But a great example of combining two puzzle styles, one hidden and one directly shared with you for the week. Hope you learn a little bit about how to go through these Sudoku puzzles, and certainly learned a bit about the elegant designs that JinHoo put into this week. We'll see you again soon.